Hey guys, so today's video is going to be all about my August BOXYCHARM box. Now, I already have opened the box because I was just curious to see what I received this month so that I could prepare my face accordingly. But it's going to be a first impression and try on type of video. Now, when you open up the box, you do get a $10 off coupon for Tarte, which is good until September 15th, which I think is awesome because the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer is my holy grail concealer, so I definitely plan on using that towards getting a new concealer. You get this win $200 in free product coupon thing, and then the theme for the month of August is called Beach Please. Now the first thing that catches my eye in this box is this bad boy right here. When I saw that we were going to be getting a Tarte palette, I was stoked. Now, I've never really played around with Tarte eyeshadows before, but I'm still really excited to test this bad boy out because this palette alone retails for $36, which, I mean, the whole box itself is $21 a month. So this eyeshadow palette is worth more than the entire box, which is, I don't know how they do it, but that is just incredible in my opinion. Now the packaging, look how stunning this is. This is gorgeous. The packaging alone just draws me in because it's the purple, blue, and gold. Like, ugh, it's just so pretty. I really like this eyeshadow palette because it's very neutral, so it's perfect for everyday wear. If you're somebody like me who typically likes to stick with neutrals during the day for school or for work or whatever, I think this is perfect for that. It has a really good range for like going really light for during the day, but also being able to have the option to darken up your eyeshadows for a more nighttime look. So I think the shades in here are really beautiful. Now the other thing that you do get in the box are some brushes, and these are the Moda Pro 3-piece brush set, and these retail for $26. And these are by Royal and Langnickel. So I've never actually personally tried these, but I heard that this brand is pretty good. So we shall test these out. And I think instead of going in with my eyeshadow first, I think I'm going to test out this brush and put on some bronzer because I went ahead and already did my foundation and I set my concealer and everything and did my eyebrows, but I don't have any bronzer or highlighter on, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and test this bad boy out. Now, oh my gosh, this feels so soft, and already I really like the way that these brushes feel. They feel like they're very durable brushes, and then the bristles are just, oh, they're so soft. They really are soft. Okay, so let's test this out. So I'm gonna go in with my Hoola Light bronzer. This has been my go-to bronzer all summer just because I'm very fair and I can't really wear a lot of golden type bronzers, which makes me very sad. But it is what it is. Okay, so my first impression of this brush, using it for bronzer, is that it's pretty good. It does a pretty good job of getting into the cheekbone area, and it does a pretty good job blending out. So this brush is pretty good. I like it. Now the other thing that comes in this brush set is a chisel brush, which, to be perfectly honest, I'm probably not going to use it. I just honestly don't really see myself chiseling out my face very often. It's just a personal preference. I might test it out eventually at some point just to see if I like it, but yeah, right now I'm probably not going to use it very much. But I'm sure it's pretty good for those of you that like to use it to chisel out your face or contour, whatever, this is probably going to be pretty good for that. I just personally don't see myself using this pretty often. So now the other thing that you get is a crease brush, which I will be using this to apply the eyeshadows. Okay, so going into the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 eyeshadow palette, the first shade I'm going to use is this one right here, which is called Conch. And I'm just going to place this all over my lid to kind of set my eyeshadow primer. Okay, and then the next shade I'm going to go in with is this one right here, which is called Marina. And I'm just going to start placing this in my crease. Now, I don't know if it's just the brush or the eyeshadows, but I am constantly having to dip my brush into the pan to pick up more color. I mean, for me, it doesn't bother me that much, but I know for some people, if you constantly have to go into the pans to reapply the eyeshadows constantly, it can get a little bit tedious and annoying. But for me personally, it doesn't bother me that much. I'd rather be able to gradually build up the color than have too much all at once and have trouble blending it, if that makes sense. And then the next shade I'm going to take is this one right here, which is called Seaside. And I'm basically just going to go in and do the same thing that I just did and place this darker shade on top of the lighter one. And then next I'm going to take this darker shade and place this right in the outer V. So I did use this brush for all the shades that I placed in my crease. It did a pretty decent job. Is it my favorite brush for applying crease shades? No, I prefer my Morphe brushes over this one, but this one's not bad. It's not terrible. I would still use it, but I don't know. I guess I'm just biased towards my Morphe brushes, but it's okay. This one still works. It's still good. It's just not my favorite. And then next I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Sunset, which is this light golden shade, and I'm going to place this color all over the rest of my lid. And I'm going to use my MAC 242 brush to apply this, and I'm not going to wet my brush at all. I just want to see how this applies with a dry brush and then go in with my finger if I have to. I am going to go in with my finger just to get a little bit extra pigment without having to use a setting spray. And then I'm just going to go back in with this crease brush and blend out the edges. And then the next thing I'm going to do is take this shade right here, which is called Pearl, and I'm going to place this in my brow bone as well as my inner corner highlight. And then I'm just going to take the crease brush again and go in with the shade Marina underneath my lower lash line. And then lastly, I'm just going to take the shade Siren again, this dark shade, and just place it right in the outer corner underneath here. Okay, so overall, my first impression of this palette is that I like it. There's like hardly any cook up with these shadows, which I think is great because I hate really, really powdery eyeshadows that just get everywhere. But these don't really have like hardly any kick up. They're pretty pigmented. They're easy to blend. This packaging is stunning. I'm like in love with the packaging. And yeah, overall, I like the shades in here. They're very neutral. You can create a lot of day to night types of looks, which I think is great. And this eyeshadow palette retails for $36, and the fact that it came in a box that is $21 a month, I'm so like blown away by that. So yeah, my overall first impression of this palette is gets an A for me. So the next thing that came in this palette is a black eyeliner pencil, and this is a waterproof gel liner by Bella Pierre, and it retails for $15. So it's basically just a black eyeliner pencil. It's in the shade Ebony, and it looks like this. And I'm just going to tightline and waterline. So before I finish my other eye, this description says that it's a creamy, waterproof eyeliner for true definition that lasts all day. This liner glides on smoothly and is formulated with pure minerals, natural waxes, and antioxidants, making them hypoallergenic and safe for all skin types. The only thing I disagree with in that statement is that it glides on smoothly. This does not, for me, it does not glide on that smoothly. It is actually pretty sharp, in my opinion. So, especially trying to tightline, I felt like I was gonna stab my eye. I don't know. I'm so used to my Marc Jacobs Highliner eye pencils, which are extremely creamy, and I have no issues with tightlining or even putting it in my waterline. This one I had a little bit of trouble with, and I just felt like it was kind of scratching my eye. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's not the most comfortable eyeliner to apply. I mean, I don't know. That's just my first impression of putting it on one eye. Let me go ahead and do this eye, and maybe it'll get creamier. I don't know. Okay, yeah, so I don't think this glides on as creamy as it says it does. Not a big fan of it. There's so many other black eyeliners that are on the market now that you can choose from. It's okay. It's not my favorite. I really like my Marc Jacobs eyeliners just because of how easy they are to apply in my waterline as well as tightlining, and those ones are also waterproof, so I don't know. I would prefer my eyeliner to not feel like it's going to rip out my eye as I'm applying it, but maybe I'm just being very, very picky. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of how this glides on. Maybe if I was just placing it along my upper lash line, it wouldn't be that bad, but as far as tightlining and putting it in your waterline, not a fan. Not really a big fan. So it's this one's kind of a miss for me. It's kind of scratchy. I don't know how to describe it. The other thing that came in this box are eyelashes. Now, I'm so excited that I got these in this box. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. Let me take them out of the box. Maybe you can see them. These are the Pro Eyelashes by Pure, and they retail for $14, which for a pair of eyelashes, it is kind of pricey considering that you can get eyelashes in the drugstore for like $5. But, I mean, these are so pretty. I mean, look at that. It says that these are Pure's 3D lashes and are handcrafted with the finest luxury silk to provide ultra lightweight, natural looking fuller lashes. These cruelty-free lashes are durable, reusable, and safe for contact wearers, which I wear contacts and my eyes get super dry. They're very, very sensitive, so the fact that it says that they're safe for contacts, that's a plus in my book. It also says on the back of the box that these are reusable for up to 30 wears, which that's kind of an insane amount. Normally, if I wear eyelashes, I only use them for like 4 or 5 times before I throw them away because they just get kind of grody and gross looking. But for the sake of today's video, I'm actually not going to use these. I know it says that you can reuse them for 30 times, but I would prefer if I use these for the first time when I'm actually going somewhere, like an event or date night, whatever, and I wanted to wear these. I am not going anywhere today. I don't have any plans, so I really don't want to use these and run the risk of damaging them just for the sake of this video. So, but don't worry, I will be testing these out in future tutorials, so I will give you my opinions on these and I will let you know then my first impressions of them. But for now, I want to save them for a special occasion. So be on the lookout for my review and first impressions of these though in the near future. So yeah, what I'm going to do next is put on mascara and I will be right back. Okay, so the last thing that I got in this month's box is this guy right here. And this is the face paint by Alouette, which retails for $35. And it says that Alouette's face paint is enriched with jojoba esters, vitamin E, and other essential oils that will heal and nourish the skin while providing long-lasting, dewy color to the cheeks and lips. So I am going to apply a little bit on my cheeks and then also on my lips, and we shall see how this goes. I've never used a product like this for my cheeks, so hopefully I don't look too much like a clown. Now it says in the tips on the little card to apply it using a small drop to the apples of your cheeks in a soft circular motion. And then apply a small amount of product on your lips and then kind of just blot it. So let's see. Let's see how this goes. Kind of scared. It's kind of dark, not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and use this brush and see if it applies it. So, first impressions of using this on my cheeks, it is way too pink for my liking. Even with a very tiny amount, just a small little dab, I just feel like I can't really control how I apply it to my face, and it's just too much color for my liking, for my skin tone. I think if you had darker skin or more of a tan, this would look better on you, but for somebody as fair as myself, not really a fan of it. I just think it's too much, and it's really hard to control how it spreads. So using it as a blush, I'm not a fan. I'm hoping I like it better as a lip product though. But let me go ahead and put some powder on this to kind of tame it down a little, and I will be right back. Well, I did my best to try and tame this down a little bit, but I think because it is more like a face paint, until I wash off all my makeup, it's just gonna stay there. So yeah, just keep that in mind. It's very, very pigmented and very creamy. A tiny amount goes a long way, and I don't know, maybe I just didn't apply it like I should have, because I'm obviously not used to using a product like this. But I don't know. I personally don't see myself using this ever for a cheek blush. So I just think it would look better on somebody with darker skin. It just makes me look like I have extremely rosy cheeks, and I'm not about that life. So a little bit of color obviously is good, but when it's like my whole cheek area here, I just can't. I can't. So, but let me see how this applies on my lips. Maybe I'll like it better as a lip product. So I'm just going to do the same thing that it says to do, which is basically apply a little bit on your lips and blot. And that's all I'm taking, which is literally like nothing. Now, as a lip product, it is pretty. I do like the shade. My only issue is I don't really like applying lip products with my finger because then your fingers get all messy, and you know, if you're on the go or like in the car or something, you can't apply this without your finger or a brush. So I find that kind of to be a flaw. Honestly, I don't really see myself gravitating towards this very often, if ever. I find it to be kind of a pain to have to apply this with your finger, and because then you have to wash your hands, versus like a liquid lipstick or a lip gloss or whatever, where you can just use the applicator and apply it that way. So yeah, I think this is also a miss for me. While I do like the color, I just don't like the fact that I have to apply it with my finger. But that's personal preference. I'm sure there are a lot of people that will probably like this, but yeah, for me personally, unless I'm home or whatever and, you know, I can wash my hands after applying this, I just don't see myself using this very often. So I am kind of bummed about that. I can't really use it for cheeks. It's just way too pink and pigmented for my skin tone. And not to mention, it's hard to blend out, and I mean, yeah, you don't need a lot of product, but it's not for me. I don't want to have to take off all of my face makeup in case I put a little bit too much of this on and it just doesn't want to blend very well. Kind of like what happened today. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you get this product or whatever. So, but yeah, my overall first impression of this is it's okay, but I don't see myself really ever using this. So, kind of bummed by that. But yeah, so that was the last thing in my box for this month. Overall, I do like the fact that there were some really good products in this box. Obviously, my favorite one being the Tarte eyeshadow palette. I really, really like this. I like how my eyeshadow turned out. I think this is a great palette for those of you who prefer an everyday neutral kind of look. But you could also darken it a little bit if you wanted to go out somewhere at night. And as I said before, the falsies that are in this box, I'm so excited to test these out. I just don't want to do it today because I'm not going anywhere, and I want to try these out for the first time when I have somewhere to go, or, you know, going out on a date with my boyfriend or whatever. So be on the lookout for a future tutorial using these bad boys. So yeah, overall I did like this box. There were a couple misses for me, but that's okay. It happens. You're not going to love everything in every box that you get. It's just the fact that BOXYCHARM is only $21 a month and everything retails for over $100. It's an amazing deal. And this month was also over $100 in value. So if you're not already a BOXYCHARM subscriber, I will leave the link down below so you can go ahead and check it out. But yeah, that completes this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked this video, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!